Welcome to today's video collaboration. We are trying weird vintage recipes. I am doing a lime jello that has mayonnaise and cottage cheese inside, and a knife and fork hot sandwich with bologna, olives, and cumin, and some other thing. The other three girls participating in this collaboration, their channels are linked in the description, and I really hope that you go look at their videos because they made some very strange things. And I can't wait to watch to see their reactions when they taste what they've actually made. The girls joining me are Paisley at Paisley Bradley's channel, Ashley from Ashley at Home, and Courtney from the Bryles Bunch. I've been so excited for this for so long. Go check out their channels. They're really great. They do What's for Dinner videos. All of them are amazing people. I can sing their praises for hours. So before this video gets too long, let's just jump on into it and see what I made.
First, we are going to strain the juice away from 1 cup of crushed pineapple. We are going to take that juice and top it off with some water until we get about 2 cups of liquid. We take that liquid and we boil it, and when it comes to a boil, we'll then add our jello. To this recipe, we need 1 cup of evaporated milk, 1 cup of small curd cottage cheese. Here we are dumping the jello in. We've got the water going. 6 ounces of lime jello. We're pouring the evaporated milk into a large bowl and mixing in the mayonnaise, 1 cup of mayonnaise. When it is well combined, we add the liquid from the jello, mix it all around, add our pineapple and cottage cheese, mix that all around, and then we add about 1/4 cup of, well, it says walnuts, but I only had pecans. What difference does it really make at this point, right? Then you stick a lid on it and you put it in the fridge for a few hours. I did overnight because the recipe highly recommended that I wait till the next day. I just woke up from a nap. It is Sunday and I'm about to cut into this gelatinous delight. It holds its shape pretty well. Let's see. It tastes like chunky lime jello with sort of a strange taste in the back of my throat. It might be the cottage cheese. If I get a cottage cheese curd, it's a little not unpleasant. I just don't care for, I don't like cottage cheese. But I don't mind. The texture is sort of offensive. It's, you know, cold, wet, a little slimy, chunky, and then the hard bits from the pecan, but I mean, this is my 3rd bite. We're hanging out over my sink in case it didn't go well. You know, that white chunk right there is cottage cheese. So when I get a bite of that, it isn't something I love, but I feel like I've had something like this before. It honestly just tastes like a chunky lime jello with nuts in it. And then you'd be like, oh, a pineapple. And then you'd be totally mystified about the cottage cheese and mayonnaise and evaporated milk. You wouldn't know what was going on here. My mom mixes Cool Whip into jello, which is a dairy also. So the evaporated milk kind of just gave it the creaminess. I don't think it's bad at all. The mayonnaise and the cottage cheese, I'm not sure their place, but I don't really taste them unless I'm really focusing or I get a curd. But if I didn't make it, I wouldn't even know that there was cottage cheese in it. So here I'm eating. Verdict? Not terrible if you're not the one that made it and you don't know what's in it. Texturally a little weird, but flavor, more just like lime jello with some nuts in it and a hint of pineapple. Today we're making the bologna creamed corn barbecue sauce sandwiches, hot sandwiches, knife and fork sandwiches is what they call it. I found some crusty bread. Tomato. I cut a slit in the roll, dug out some of the filling of the dough inside, and I'm squirting some barbecue sauce in it here.
Bologna.
After I've stuffed it with my bologna, we are going to wrap it in foil and bake it for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. All right, this is going in. I've got some butter melting here, and they want me to saute the green onion and stalk of celery, 1 teaspoon cumin, and now creamed corn going in. It's about right with sliced olives and half a cup of cheddar. All right, this is nice and hot. We're gonna set it over here. This came out of the oven looking like this. My bologna slid into the, what do you call it? I'm just going to spoon some of this creamed corn mixture into my knife and fork hot sandwich, which it is indeed very hot. All right. Excuse the angle here. I'm trying to get me and the sandwich. I'm going to make sure I get a little bit of everything. So here's a piece of bread. It's blazing hot. There's a piece of bread with barbecue sauce on it. Here's a bit of bologna. Getting the perfect bite right here. I would like to add some of that creamed corn. We've got some celery there. I want to make sure I've got some green onion. Where's that green onion? There we go. Here's a piece of green onion and an olive. And we're about to try the perfect bite. Not my favorite flavor combo. I tasted the olive and cream corn, mostly. I hardly got any barbecue sauce, so let me go down a little farther. I like the bread. Let's get some bologna. All I taste overwhelmingly are the black olives. I'm gonna try a bite without the black olive. That's all I can taste is the black olive. I mean, it's not awful, I'm not throwing up, right? It's just that these flavors I don't feel like go together very well. I'm just tasting each individual ingredient at different times. Let's cut into this puppy and see what's going on. The bologna is very wet. We've got some nice barbecue action down there at the bottom. So let me try to make this into the perfect bite by adding the green onion sans the olive. It's truly all I can taste. I'm gonna try a bite of this, a huge bite of this. The barbecue sauce brings it together surprisingly enough. I think it would have been better with more barbecue sauce. It's not terrible. It's just, let's go talk about this. For one, I am very hungry. I don't understand why they would put this together, but it's not awful. I wouldn't serve this to my family and be like, guess what we're having for lunch, guys? And expect them to be thrilled. The bread gets pretty soggy because of the creamed corn. The barbecue sauce and bologna together aren't bad. It's just like a barbecue hot dog. The corn, I haven't gotten any celery taste at all. Where's the celery? The celery does add a crunch. Not so much. I cut my celery pretty thin, so there's not as much of a punch from the celery, but it adds a different contrasting texture so that it's not so mushy, because the bread got soft, the bologna is watery, the creamed corn is creamed, the olives are soft, the green onion is soft. There's nothing really crunchy going on here. It's more just like a sloppy, soft, aside from where the bread is crisp, bite of bologna barbecue with some corn. I'm hungry and this is lunch and it's feeding me. And it's disappointing the guys didn't see me throw up in a toilet. These weren't terrible. Weird. For no reason should these flavors ever be combined ever, but they are. But they're not, but it's not repulsive. I am gonna do more vintage recipes, however. There is one with pancakes that ended up savory with a pear on top. That one looked interesting. So this isn't the end of vintage recipes for me. I'm definitely going to be trying more vintage recipes. But I'll probably be trying the really, really interesting ones when baby gets here, so that I'm not so compromised as far as texture and smell and taste. Being pregnant, it's a little bit difficult eating this kind of stuff. I tried this yesterday, and I'm gonna go back for another slice.
Apple.
I like the pineapple and lime together. I'd probably do this without the cottage cheese and without the mayonnaise. I would just do Cool Whip, pineapple, and lime. Let's see if I show you the texture of this. But this really isn't terrible.
It's good.
But look at the texture.
It's good.
It's cold, yeah. You've got a crunchy pecan,
It's good.
a cottage cheese curd,
It's good.
a chunk of pineapple, and like the little stringy pineapple hairs. You know what I'm talking about? So it's
Pineapple.
pineapple. So there it is, with a big old pecan. Do you want to try a bite?
No,
Okay, didn't think so.
no, no, no. No, Mama,
You don't want me to eat it? Does it look scary to you? I imagine if you did large curd, the taste would be even more prominent. When I do hit a particularly large curd from the small curd cottage cheese, I don't like that very much, but it's not something that I get often.
no. Sorry, Mama.
That's okay, baby. It was just an apple. And I kind of like the pecans in my jello. Weird, I know. I really like the lime jello. When I strategically grab away from the curds and the pecans and I just get a chunk of jello, it's delightful. I'm coming through? Okay. Coming through. Anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys, for lunch. I'll see you in the next weird vintage recipe video. If you guys have any weird vintage recipe suggestions, you can find me on Instagram, Plasma Speedos. Are you ready? And you can send me the link there, or you can just message me in the comments and tell me what to Google.
It's good.
Yeah, and then I can. I'm more than willing to take weird vintage recipe requests, because I really like these adventurous sort of recipes. Please make sure you go check out the other girls' channels to see what they made, see if they liked what they made, watch them taste their things. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Can you say bye, JL? Pretty quickly here. The filling isn't bad. It's just celery, cream corn, olives, celery, green onion. But do you guys have any ideas as to what I can do with this? Can I put it in a casserole? I know that there's cornbread casseroles and stuff. I don't want to waste it, and I don't think it's awful. I'll probably pick around the olives because I don't particularly care for olives, but if you guys could leave some suggestions in the comments, I would really appreciate some ideas. I don't typically eat creamed corn anyway, so I'm not really familiar what to do with creamed corn. But it's March 1st, and I'm posting this on March 2nd, so this will still be good. If you guys have any ideas, I would love to know, because I plan on eating it some way, somehow.
Bye-bye, bird.
Bye-bye, bird.